Hey, how you doing? Let's do it to it. Let me see here. Hey, how you doing? Let's see here. Um, Trying to figure out if this doesn't pick up anything. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, dokie. Um, oh, good. So far, so good. We got one. We're on a roll today. 5. So let's do this one. And then it comes in there and you pick that up. We'll try one more. See how we do. Can't have a bad day when you're doing chess, that's for sure. let's see here. So check, check, check. Oops. We need to check here. Come in there. Takes, and you do good there. Let's see here. Perfect. Oops. That's okay. Okay, let's see where I go wrong there. We'll call it on that and get some more. Did better on that one, didn't, so not taking there. Okay. Well, maybe it's this. Yeah. And then that picks up material. Okay, I should have seen that one. A skewer. Okay. Oh, I got it. Rook takes bishop, and then bishop takes, and you pick up a piece. There you go. Okay, let's head on. Nice. We did it good on that one. Let's see how we do here. We're gonna try to get a little bit up on our puzzles again. All right. Let me see here. Okay, bishop takes g6. Let's go for it. There we go. Okay, takes here. And then you win the queen. There you go. Check there. Wins a bishop. So check here. It's interesting. Ah, well. Boy, let me see here. Trying to figure out if I go G5 check. I know H takes G5 is probably what they would play. Let's thinking here, here, and then there. Yeah, that was kind of tricky for 600. I see bishop here. I'm looking to see, is there any way to take advantage of my rook takes? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Bishop takes, knight, bishop takes, rook takes. I know we pick up material, so let's do that. Okay, we take here, he takes there, we take here, king takes, and then we queen. Yep. That's right. You got it. For sure. I'm trying to see if we can remove this knight here. We can actually queen. And so if we could do it with tempo, or tempi, that's huge. Then we can actually checkmate in like 3. So let's do this. This actually removes it. Then we take it right here, and then we queen. Yeah, this should be checkmate there. That's the old fool's mate. Okay, see, check here. If bishop comes there, we take the bishop. Okay, if we take here, and then we can actually, they grab there. I think we're up material, and after rook takes. Yeah, let's grab that. If we take here, king takes, knight takes, forks. I've learned my lesson on that. We're gonna get everything. Take the whole house with us. Okay, this one's a straightforward one. They usually block here, takes, and then you pick up a rook. So let's do that. Okay, if we play bishop takes, queen takes, knight check forks these two pieces. And so we have to consider that right off the bat. And the reason I think bishop would take here, there, then maybe we have a rook AD1 there with a type of pin. So, I really don't see anything better than taking here, because that's the most forcing line. You gotta always ask yourself when you're solving puzzles, what's the most forcing line? And that is, if the bishop takes, I think we still should check with the knight, and then I think we can pick up a rook in that line. Yeah. Queen takes, bishop, queen takes, bishop takes, knight takes, rook takes. They're up a whole rook in that line, a whole exchange. Well, no, they're not. No, we have two bishops for a rook, so is that enough compensation? I think we're forced into that line. I think this is a forcing move sequence that we're stuck in that line to actually do that. If we tried bishop takes f5, then the knight could actually take in between move on f3 check, and we wouldn't be able to take. So I'm thinking this has to be the forced line here. And then the knight takes, and we're up two bishops, which in that type of a open position, two bishops are better. Okay, this allows for a win of material, so we take there and we set up for a fork. Always look for forks. Those with the knights, those are the most beautiful moves. Let me see. Bishop takes d4. Let's see, is there any checks? No, the queen doesn't have really any checks. And if rook, let's see. So you have to always consider bishop here. If rook takes there, then potentially we can actually grab there, the queen takes, and then we win a piece, which I think that's enough material right there. That'd be enough right there to win the entire kingdom and everything. So I like this. And if takes here, takes there, queen up. Yes, they get a kind of like a check in there, but we can always just retreat our king to h1 and we're good to go. So let's just take that and then win that. Whoa, so they did that, okay. So we're probably going to have to play rook f2, because if we played at this present moment king h1, it'd be mate on h2. So the only way to take advantage of it is by playing rook f2, and if rook takes the f4 pawn, we can just grab this rook and we still should be okay. So we actually can play king f1 at this point, and that holds on and everything is protected at that point. We're attacking the rook and everything. Okie dokie. If we play knight takes bishop, well, queen would take, and then we grab this knight here. And the tempting thing is you'd think, let's just grab here, right? No. The knight can grab at this point here. And then when pawn takes back, you can move your bishop. And you're still, I think you're still okay. Man, this one's a tricky one. Let me see here. Which takes first? Do we want to... The most forcing takes is knight takes e7. Check. King moves. So knight takes a5. Knight takes d4 or d5. Yeah. That's the most forcing. I was looking at, there's two lines. There's only one that's the most forcing. Okay, Doki. Hey, how you doing? Alright. Let's see. Queen a1. H1 check. King up. Check. And then the queen has to block. So let's do that. Actually, hold on. Actually, the king can grab that. Yikes. Well, I guess that's still, if we take here, he grabs there, we still have queen takes. Oh no, we take the queen. But do we want the queen? Here, there, and then queen takes check. If king takes, I think we're still okay. I like that. I like that idea. I don't really see anything better. Yeah. There you go. Knight takes f5. Yeah. Knight takes here. Queen takes there. The interesting thing is queen takes here. Check. This is kind of a crazy line. You gotta love this crazy line. I don't think it's gonna go down this route, but knight takes f5. It may. Queen takes takes a1, and then we get to do a beautiful sacrifice, which is in my opinion, a double esclam. Queen takes e8, double esclam, check. Rook takes e8, and then rook takes a1, and you're up a whole piece on that. It may not be a double esclam, but I like it. I like that move. That's a sweet move. What do you guys think about that? I think that's a sweet one. Knight takes, queen takes a1, thinking, oh, grab it, and then they'd actually be up in exchange, and we're not going to fall for that. We sack our queen right back and say, so always be on the lookout for if this here, 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 takes, and then you grab there, and now we're the one up a whole minor piece. So I'm thinking that we could do that. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying though, I like it. There you go, and then takes. Wow, they actually went down our line. We'll give it a single exclam then. I think it was a cool variation. Yeah. Let me see here. Do, 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 do. Let's see. Rook d2, king e4. Rook e2 check. King f4. Oh, wait a second. We can't do king d2. Sorry. The bishop is it's the wrong colored bishop. I think in some of the Mikhail Tal's games he got some double exclam ones, but those were like I think he had a double exclam one time. He was facing his teacher, Tal was, and he played this really good game, and with against his teacher. It's a classic one that they a lot of the students go over, and he got I think a double exclam on one of those. I know there's one game that got a triple exclam, and it's the only one in history. I forgot who the chess grandmaster was, but it was one move that got a triple exclam. Because there was like so many different ways. It was actually sacrificing, I believe, a rook. Shobalov, okay. That'd be cool to go down in history as a triple exclam. I would like to have that as a legacy. I'm not sure. I think I know it two is brilliant. I think it's like I don't know what three actually is. I'm not sure, so I can't really say. Maybe extraordinary move. Extraordinary. You know, brilliant. It's like really good, but maybe it's an extraordinary move, which is like even beyond brilliant. So it was just an amazing one. I got to see all the lines that Shovalov uh, said that was there. There was no way for his opponent to win after that move. It was like if he took this way would happen. If he took that way would happen. If he took this way, that way would happen. Every single move led to mate that his opponent would play. Let's see here. So I'm not exactly sure what the name of a triple exclam is. Let's see here. Okay, so he took. Let me see. What they take? Hold on. Okay, so pawn takes. Okay. Oh, I think I got it. Bishop g6 check. King is forced to take on d4 at this point, and then rook d2, and that wins that check. That wins. Yep, that wins the piece. I'll be right back. Let's see. Bishop, queen. Queen e4 check. So queen e4 check. If king there, that's check. If king here, that wins a queen. So check here. If king here, check. If king back, queen e4 check, king h8. Knight g6 check. Yeah, I'm gonna try king e4. Knight g6. It's interesting. If back up here, I think you could pick up a piece in that line, rook. Yeah. Let's see here. Rook b1. Rook takes b1. Rook takes b1 check. King g2. c2. Rook d8 check, king g7. That should be the win here. So we have to attack the pinned. Because we can't play this because the rook would get in behind, and we don't want that. So this. And now we can actually push this pawn. c2 here also works because of after rook takes b1, rook takes b1, rook takes b1, pawn takes b1. Yeah. So let's just push that, and then now we win a piece. Be right back. Let's see what we got here. Oh, C5, yeah. And then B5. And the rook has to take, then you grab the bishop. Had the right idea. Let's see, rook C7, RC2, king E1, rook C1 check. If king goes back to D2, rook D1 check, and that's checkmate actually. So let's do it. Oh wow, we can actually queen, and it's set up for mate. Gotta love that one. Queen takes here, bishop takes, and then rook takes. Yep, we're on the road again. Let's see, check on A5. Bishop there. We pick up a bishop. Is that enough compensation? Oh, I see. If we play here, he's got knight C3. Okay. So yeah, I was looking at knight D4. If knight takes D4, yeah, this is, oops. Oh, queen A5. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have done that. It's my bad. Excuse me. I should have checked first. The most forcing move is checking, and then after the knight intercepts, then knight D4. I was one step ahead of myself there. Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Rook C4, Rook D4, Queen B7, King D6. G4. Interesting. G4. If rook takes F4, then queen takes D5. Yeah, I think this is the line. Let me see. G4. Rook takes F4. Queen takes D5. And then we can just block with our other rook after he takes G4. Yeah, like that. We take here. Oh, king g5, okay. Endgame is when your king gets activated. King g5, if queen takes here, then that's mate, yeah. Gotta make sure this works. Let me see if that works. Ah. Then rook check. Okay, alright. Gotta remember, activate. You can activate your king in this one. Alrighty. Rook b2 does a double attack on the. So you have to remember you can attack a pinned piece, and this piece is, by the way, pinned, and there's no way to unpin it. So rook b2 actually takes advantage of that. And then after rook takes, after rook takes b6, knight takes f3, and then pawn takes, you're up material. Okay, let me see here. So close to checkmate. Let me see. How can we do this in here? Maybe rook a e1. I don't know if that's right. And rook a e8. I'm not sure if that's correct. I don't know if that's forcing enough. Let's see. For rook a e8, f3. Ah, pawn push. You take. Only problem I see is if this here and that. Maybe we have f5. Maybe f5 can be played at that point. Then when it retreats back, rook takes, rook takes. Yeah, let's do it. Interesting. Then I retreats back to guard. Okay, that throws a little twist in the works there. Yep, I think we can just win this now. Not much of a twist, but it does. rook f1 check. King only has g3. Yeah. I think this actually wins here. And then you can take. Oh yeah, you take there. Thinking it's the f rook takes on f3 check. Let me see. Doesn't matter which rook it takes. I think it's, yeah. I think this one works. And then the check here. Ah, that's right, because the pawn takes. I had to remember, when the pawn takes, you have to have it so the bishop protects. So we got it, good. I got to keep that in my forefront of my memory. Knight h5 check. We have king h8. Queen h6. Yeah. Hey, we're thinking the same. Nice. Queen h6, which threatens mate, so the rook has to come in. And then by doing that, we can actually play knight takes f. And that actually picks up the queen with this line here, because the rook has to go to g7 to guard the mate threat, and we get the queen in that. It's the theory of two weaknesses. The weakness was mate, and so our opponent had to defend it, and therefore we get to take the other weakness, which was the queen. So, theory of two weaknesses, our principle of two weaknesses. That's how Jeremy Silman talks about it. Okay, so rook h5 check, king g8, queen takes e6 check, rook f7, then rook d7, rook to f8. That b rook goes to f8, of course. And then maybe we bring all the rooks in. This is what I was looking at here. There, takes, rook up here, rook d7, rook slides over here. And then potentially you have this rook going to f1. But you gotta be careful, I think, yeah. Queen takes c2. Yeah. There. I think here. I think it's, yeah, rook h5 is the most forcing move, so. The next most forcing move is queen takes. Rook f5. I think rook f5 handles everything at that point. Yeah, I think we play rook f5. The rook comes over. Rook takes f7. Rook takes f7. Rook d8, king up, and then we win. Queen takes f4. Knight takes f4. Rook d6. I'm thinking we have to trade queens. Queen takes f4. Knight takes f4. Rook d6. Pin, but I'm not sure if that's strong, because I know that after that he's got knight e2, but then we could play king f1, and we should be right as rain at that point. Or we could just take the knight. Yeah, we could just take the knight. What am I saying? Silly me. Yeah. Let's just do it. And then here, and the only move, if he plays there, we pick up the knight, and if the king comes up, we just grab this pawn, and what more can they do? We're still good. And if he comes up, we can always just double up on the rooks, and there's really nothing that could cause us any chaos at that point. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, we take with check. There we go. Let's see here. Knight takes d4 or d5. Rook takes d5. But the queen can then take our bishop at that point. And we really don't have much. takes d5. C takes d5. Knight takes d5. Attacks the queen. Well, I'm wondering what to do after knight takes d5, c takes d5. So that's, I'm just looking at what, maybe we could play queen g4 and hold on that way. Yeah, I'm thinking, I see what you're saying with the check and picking up a pawn, but give it a go. Okay, so check here. And if pawn push, then you actually slide over. Oh yeah, you pick up the rook, don't you? That picks up a rook. Wow, that was strong. That really was a strong move. That was a really strong move. Let's see, I'm looking at queen g5 here. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. So king h7, rook takes d3, and then queen a6. Wow. Oh. Queen e7, even more forcing. Yeah, that's even more forcing. How do you stop that? Wow, that's even more forcing. Wow. Yeah, mine's probably the second forcing, but the other one's the first forcing. Wow, that was a strong move. Really, really strong. That forces the exchange because there's no way for our opponent in the last puzzle to defend the back rank without giving up the queen's life. Wow. I'm looking at queen a3 at this point. Yep, that's what I had in mind. And then the fork comes into play. And then now you could actually grab the rook. That was actually part of the plan that I was looking at, so we're thinking alike there. Great job, team. Now, this is an interesting one. Bishop d3 check. If rook takes d3, rook b1 check, rook e1, rook g1 check, king takes g1. Well, no, not g. Nope. No. I have that wrong. I have my lines mixed up. My lines are mixed up. Bishop takes, rook takes, d3 is right. Then rook g1 check right off the bat. Rook g1 check right off the bat. King takes g1 then is forced. Rook b1 now check. And then whatever rook intercepts you mate. Yep. This forces the mate. I had it wrong on the other one because what would happen is that you need that one rook on g7 or sorry b2 to stop the king from going to, I think it was d1 or d2 or e2, and that's how come now the g1 check with the rook actually works. Okay. I had my move order just a little twisted around, but we got it fixed just in the nick of time. Queen takes f4. This is an interesting one. Queen takes f4. Check. Knight f3 is forced. That really is the only forcing move, yeah. Oh, wow. So we went down that route. Ooh, hello. Ah, there we go. Queen e3. Queen e3 check. And that should, no, I don't know. That doesn't, I don't know if that does anything. I might be too overestimating with that one, or too stretching with that one, because I think the king just goes back to f1 at that point, and we haven't really accomplished much. Interesting. Well, maybe we have. Let's take a look here, because we have 3 pieces in the fight. So king has to go here, bishop there, which threatens to come in with mate. And if pushing there, then we can actually take with the bishop, and we're attacking the queen at that point. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, this here, and then if they attack, if they play there. Yeah. Let's give that a try. See. Oh wow. So they're in full retreat at this point. Full retreat mode. I think rook. Oh, bishop b2. Yeah, I think that's right. Because I think that went. Well, let me see. Check. Yeah, bishop b2, check. Bishop takes e2. Pawn takes e2. Knight takes e2. Rook takes. Yeah, I think this does win. Let me see there. And then, is it rook? I think rook takes e2 is the best here. No. Pawn takes e2. Pawn takes e2 is best. Yeah. It's the only way to somewhat have some compensation. Oh, so they actually took, and then now queen takes, and then mate. Okay, gotcha. Gotta remember, queen takes is actually the right line, because that forces mate. Got it. Got it. Okay, dokie. I think we can actually win here with queen takes c5, which is strong. Rook d8, check. Rook takes d8. Rook takes d8, check. No, I don't think that works, because then they have a queen after that. And then if queen f1 or f8, then white can actually play 8-8 equals queen, which is really strong. So queen takes is mainly out of the question on that point. Oh, interesting. Actually, yeah, covering this square here. If g3, then you actually can retreat the queen back to e6. I think that's right. Oops. Oh no, that's not right. So it must be takes. So he takes the knight there, queen there. I think it was takes. Yeah, queen takes c4 or c5. I think was after rook. I think what was that? rook d8. After rook d8, check. I think queen f8 stops everything at that point. I think it's queen f8 at that point. And then that actually, if rook takes f8, check, rook takes f8, and I think you're still fine because there's no way for them to queen, and then when the rook moves back over to a1, if rook goes to a1, then we can just move our rook to a8. We just move our rook in front, and then we move the knight. We move the knight to take the pawn at that point. I should have seen that one. That was my bad there. I think this is the line here. I'll put it all in. Copy. I'm thinking that's kind of the line that we were thinking about going down. And then the knight, because you now have an extra piece, your knight will come in and pick up the pawn. I have to always keep that in my forefront of my thoughts on that one. Don't you have rook b8? Well, I think oh, are you talking about, okay, you're talking about this one here. Let's take a look at that. So you're saying that rook b1, yeah, that would be good, but remember, knight let me see, knight to c6, knight c6 will cover the rook infiltration. Knight c6 covers the rook infiltration. Oh. Oh yeah, I think you're right on that. So we'll have to go over that one. Just trying to get it in my mind from try to set up the board in my mind and do it out. Sometimes it's difficult when you have those complex where the rooks are and everything. But we're getting better, so just keep push and play. Oh, pardon me. A little hiccup there. I was wondering, what about knight f2 check? I see what you're saying though, because knight g3 check, king h2, h2, and then knight takes f1 check. Okay, I see what you're saying. That castles. That makes sense. Because now you're pinning and double attacking it. Who'd have thunk that there'd be a puzzle with castles in it, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that would work. Because if king takes there, you come up check, and if king comes back, then you actually set up for a potential mating idea. Yeah, that's actually really strong. Yeah. Then I think you queen. Queen check. King moves, and then you win the pick up the queen. Yep. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. King takes, knight takes h7 check. King e8. Knight f6 check. King f8. Knight takes g6 check. Yeah. Thinking knight takes, knight takes h7 check. King, king e8. Knight f6 check. King f8. Knight takes g6 check. F takes g6. Oh. So check here, king there. Check. King up here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, here he's got king there, right? Yeah. So let's do it. Let's see, check here. It comes there. So that doesn't work. So we have to. Our only other forcing move is here. Let's do that. King up there. D5 probably. Oh, G5. G5's strong. G5, king there. King F6. Oh, you can actually win a queen. Yeah, after queen takes F, you actually pick up a queen in that line. Yeah. And then the knight's protected at that point. Yeah, there's no more pin at that point. Okay, wow. That was a really interesting one. That was interesting, to say the least. Wow, wow, wow. I know I said that twice, but I mean, whoa. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, rook c8 is the first line I was looking at. Rook c8 check. If king g7, rook takes g5 check, and I'm not sure after that. I think that I'm just going to start with the first move, see what he played. Okay, so he played that. Rook g5 check, king h8. Ah. And then we can actually check here it after takes. Thinking that this has to be the move here. King f4. That does handle a lot of the problems, doesn't it? Yeah, because of the pins. Sets up for a discovery, which is a tactic. Okay. Had the right idea. We just had to find queen takes f4, and we found that. So great job, team. I think king g4 might be the move here. Bishop f2. Okay. Okay, because I was hoping to push, but you're right, you actually lose this pawn. Gotta remember that it's better to get a queen. takes d5 check. Okay, because if we take here, we could actually threaten mate right there. No. I'll just take. Ah, and then you could actually take knight takes f6. Okay. Whoa, that's some intense knight maneuvering there. Here, there. So here, here. There. There. Oh yeah, 5. Pawn takes f5. Ah. Then queen to, king to here. Okay. f5. If e takes f5, king f, yeah, that's right. That's the plan. Then king g3, king g3, bishop f1, a6. The bishop takes b5, then a7, and we make a queen. Here, there, there. Yep, now we just push. There we go. We're doing good. So far, so good. I think we got it. Knight a5, knight a5. No, yeah, knight a5. Thinking knight a5 here, and that picks up a queen. Yep, knight a5. Takes here. Pawn takes. You take there. Take the queen. Oh, wait a second. If we did that, he could take our queen with check. Ouch. Yeah. Rook takes c1. Rook takes c1. And then you take the queen after the king takes back. Okay, we're doing good here. Thinking 94. 93, sorry. I'm thinking 93. Bishop d6. Bishop takes c4. D7. Bishop takes b3. Pawn takes. Rook check. King up, and then rook takes. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's take here. Queen takes. Queen check. King up, queen check there. Would actually almost be considered close to mate. Yeah. Yeah, c5 is the only move here. Then he can't play b4. King d4. King d4. If push here, then we actually push up. And push here, then we can come in via there and take that pawn. King c3. Just take. Oh! Uh-oh. Ah. That was my fault there. That's okay. So, let's go over that one line. A drat. So it's actually king up, and then, okay. Alright. We learned of that one. Let's check this one out. We were gonna see about this one. Oh, king takes. Okay. So knight takes there, queen there, king takes, so that there's no more back rank mate. And if rook there, then we actually have knight c6. That's what I was thinking. The knight c6. Just had to take with the right piece, which was the king. Okay. Oh, why doesn't... Okay, we'll do this one here first. And then after the king comes here, we take here. After he takes there, we actually come back and block the king here. So when the king comes here, we take. When the king takes here, we come into b4, and that shields the king away from any progress. So we just shoot the pawn up the board. Okay, let's go back and take a look at this one here. Why not queen h4? Why doesn't it work? Okay, let's take a look at that and see why it doesn't work. I think it's because there's rook b6. I think rook b6 to come into then after knight c6, rotate c6, rotate h5, and g3, and I think it's a draw. I think it's a draw at this point. I believe it's a draw. Has something to do with the knight coming in. Did I answer your question? Okay, perfect. And then we'll just continue the moves out there, there, here. And if he plays rook here, he just dropped the... Oh! Wow, you could actually take, because he can't take. Wow, you didn't have to move the knight. I didn't even think about that. Because if the rook took here, then you're the one that threatening back rank made at that point. Wow. Rook d7 is forced, and then knight c6 to gobble this pawn up. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we'll do them one more time through, because it's good always to just so that you have it as memory. Here, 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 there. So we got that one right. Okay, dokie. Here, here, king takes, and that's a win. At 28.50. Okay, king up, king there, there. You win there. You take, and then you win. Okay. I'm gonna say adieu on that. Thank you for all logged on participating. You know what? Remember what Bruce Lee says: take what you know, be able to apply it, and be willing to do something with it. That's always important. And remember that the choice to receive the Lord Jesus, Lord and Savior, is important. And so we all have to decide what to do the Lord Jesus one day in our life. And one more thing then that I'll end on this is remember, treasure your victories, because you know what, sometimes you'll get those 2800 puzzles. Learn from your losses. Remember that mistakes don't define you. It's how you handle a mistake that defines you as a chess player and a person. And the Team Chess Cruncher motto is very important. That's why we always say it at the very end is we hang up our coats, we hang up our hats, we sit down and study when most won't. Team Chess Cruncher does, and that makes all the difference. And as Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus, and as I say, God bless. And I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, and evening. Lord willing, I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll keep pushing forward, learning and improving, and keep pushing forward. Okay. Remember what Hannibal Smith said is that take what you know. Actually, not take what you know. Sorry. It's all based on. He said that random positions. There's always a plan in it, and when we find it, we get to say, "I love it when a plan comes together." Okay. 2 thumbs up. Hoorah! Be blessed. Keep studying chess and having fun. And I will see you tomorrow. And again, bye bye. Be blessed.